Hey, boo. Yeah. Hey, boo. It is your favorite goddess, Also Fancy 734, and welcome to tonight's episode of Overcoming Addictions. Welcome to session 13. And you know, I had hi, my name is Tisa. I'm an alcoholic, or I'm someone who manages addictions. And I don't really know what to call this episode yet. I had like a plan for this episode, for this session, and I I don't think I'm gonna go with it. I'm just gonna go with something else, and mainly because this is a pre-recorded session. This is my first time doing a pre-recorded session because this series essentially is supposed to be a live series. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't had it in me lately, and I think that um, has been very obvious with my lack of consistency. So, I apologize if there's anybody who, feels like they really need these sessions and I haven't been doing them regularly. And I'm definitely apologizing to myself for not staying consistent on something that I, committed to doing. And it's mainly for me. But I haven't been feeling motivated to do this. I'm either tired or don't know what to say because I'm struggling with my addictions. And that's what this whole thing is for, right? And so that leads me to want to talk about being prepared, and not even being prepared, being in the mind frame of wanting to do this. In my experience, like for some addictions that I've had, I've been able to go cold turkey, like wake up one day and I'm just like, fuck that shit, and I don't do it no more. But a lot of times, more often than not, it's taken me to be in the mind frame to be ready to make the commitment. And I don't really hear, I haven't heard anybody discuss this, so I may be wrong, but I think that something that should be a point of topic is being ready, to work on managing your addiction, being ready to give it up. Because if you're not ready to stop drinking, stop smoking, stop using, stop snorting, stop fucking, stop eating, stop whatever it is you're doing, if you're not ready mentally to quit, then more than likely you're going to fail. And I think that is something that you need to acknowledge, that I am acknowledging in myself, that it's like you're setting yourself up to fail, and you're setting yourself up to be disappointed in yourself for failing when you had no intention of succeeding, essentially, you know what I mean, in that area. And it's like it sounds good. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I'm gonna do it the next day, I'm gonna do it the next day. Forgive me, I need to turn this lighting down some because it's really killing my eyes right now. Hold on a second. Oof. I think it's just time for me to go to bed. Like, this is really killing my eyes. But if you're not, so mentally, if you're not ready to give this up, you're gonna fight yourself the entire way. And it's already bad enough that, like, you, when you have addictions, like, there's something in you that's telling you you can't live without this thing. It's like a nagging feeling, constantly recurring. You know what I mean? Like, it's like something tapping you on your shoulder constantly until you stop. You know what I mean? Like, until you feed into it, right? And it's like, that in and of itself is hard enough to try to, like, suppress, you know? So realistically, you have to be in the mind frame to want to do this. That's the starting point. If you're not ready to commit to yourself, if you're not ready to commit, to doing better, don't fault yourself for not being ready. Like, there's nothing wrong with not being ready for something. But it's not okay to lie. That fake it till you make it shit not gonna work on this. You know what I mean? In this type of work, it's not gonna work because this is something tangibly based. Whether it's based on you consuming something. So that fake it till you make it mindset is not gonna work. Maybe it do work for some people, but personally, it doesn't work for me. I have to, like, be tired. Like, I think that for me, like, I get to these points where, like, I'm sick of feeling however I feel as a side effect of indulging in whatever it is that I'm addicted to at that time period. Or, like, think about, like, weight and fitness and things like that. Like, you get to a point where you're tired of your body not functioning a certain way, so begin to put it to use in a new way so you can be as agile and all those things that you want to be. So the same thing goes for this, like, and it's unfortunate that this can be as dangerous of a game as it is when you think about it in these terms. Because for some people, they may not get tired enough. You know what I mean? Like, they're finally getting tired, and all of that may mean death. And I don't take that lightly, you know. And I hope that, that's not the case for a lot of people, but that's one extreme. But, so there's that. Either you're going to get tired and want to make a change, like something, there has to be a tipping point. But if you still happy in it, like, and you're not ready, it is okay. It is completely okay to not be ready to make a certain change. Like, because I think you do more harm by trying to force yourself to do something that you're not ready to do or that you don't want to do, because then you're going to binge harder. You know what I mean? And that's the dangerous part. When you don't want to do something, it's like when you don't want to do something, you're gonna react like maybe 10 times worse than what you would have if you had did things your own way. I didn't want to do this shit in the first place, so you go hard on doing what you want to do. And I guess that's really it, like, that I wanted to get on. Like, all I wanted to say is it's okay to not want to change yet. If you know you want to do, if you know that you want to, that's a start. Like, the acknowledgement. Okay, I have a problem. I don't always want to be like this. But one day you do have to say that, you have to set yourself up for success. I've heard that and I have no idea where that came from. That wasn't nothing but the spirit. But you have to set yourself up for success, right? And so I think I've talked about previously, like, this next thing that I need to work on for my health. Like, it's going to take a lot of preparation for me because I'm about to have to change everything about my life. And that's the reason why I haven't been committed to it, because I'm like, what the fuck? Because I'm frustrated, And it's like, for somebody like me who goes through like major changes, like on a yearly basis, I'm tired of having to recreate my life, from scratch and learn new normals, like all the time. Like, it's a lot. So I know this week I'm a little emotional. I'm a woman, so I know what's up with me. You know what I'm saying? And also, like, the change of the season is taking a toll on me. And like, my mental health is like not in the greatest space right now, just because that's just what comes with the territory this time of year for me. And I know I understand that for myself. However, so with that, this is not the best time for me to be making any like major changes until I am stable. You know what I'm saying? And like, part of me like feels like ashamed. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the right. I don't know if that's what I'm feeling, but it's like I feel bad that I don't want to do this next big thing. It's like, but I also know what comes with me not giving my all. And it's like, if I'm not ready to do this, like, then I'm gonna fail hard. And that is like, I can't do that. Like, I cannot afford to fail majorly from where I'm at right now. And because I worked really hard to get into the position I am in, even if it's not like exactly where I want to be. But this next change that I need to go through for my well-being, I'm just gonna tell y'all that way, or I'm gonna describe the changes I have to make, so it don't seem like it's just whatever. But I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to change my clothing, the type of clothing that I wear. um, the products that I use in my household, the food that I consume. I'm gonna have to buy water. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be able to use faucet water. I'm gonna have to be careful with the water I bathe with. Like, this is not like the jewelry I wear. I'm talking about everything. And I have to be careful with the hygiene products I use. And it's just a lot because, number one, it's going to cost a lot of money for me to replace everything. Because that's all I'm seeing is like, my frame of mind with this right now is so far, I'm at the stage where I'm focused on the things that I can lose or that I'm going to have to lose. And because I'm still in like researching some stuff. So I'm not exactly clear on what I'll be gaining. So right now, I only see it as a loss. And I'm trying to figure out how to afford, you know what I mean, to make these changes. And then that's not even so that's going to take a lot of reprogramming, learning how to live my life in a completely different manner because I can't use all the shit that I'm used to. So like, now I have anxiety or I deal with anxiety. So I'm thinking about like how I'm supposed to function, like going to the store, what I'm going to get. And like, I know this may seem like nothing or it may seem like it's just extra to other people, but I have to set myself up for success because of all of the things that, all the dynamics that I deal with, you know what I mean, for my mental health and for my well being. So, like, I'm trying to think of what day to day is going to look like. What, you know what I'm saying? And that's just a lot. It's overwhelming. And I'm like, fuck that right now. Like, I cannot. Like, because in my mind, that shit is going to drive me crazy because I can't see the benefit. But I know that on the other side of that, I'm gonna feel great at some point, you know. But I'm trying to figure out how to get through the fucking boot camp part of it, and it can be a lot when you are going through certain things by yourself. And right now, I'm not willing to, or I can't say that. I don't know how to find the support that I need. You know what I mean? Like while I'm going through this, and unfortunately, like I've experienced a lot of trauma while trying to heal from trauma in the past. So I naturally just try to deal with stuff. Like I'm at the stage where I'm just trying to deal with stuff on my own without opening up so much about it to people, like in my people in my life, just so it's less detrimental on me. So it's like less emotionally scarring for me. Um, and just because I don't feel like dealing with nobody's fucking judgment. Like, I don't want nobody's opinion. You know, like when, and this is just, I don't know how else to do it, but to be honest, like, I don't want anybody's opinion about what I'm about to do. You know, like, I just only want support. And that's kind of like not realistic. You know what I mean? When you need to lean on people, like, people are people. So you can't control everything. But I'm going about this carefully just because, like I said, I don't want to hear it. You know, like this is something that I have to do, and um, that ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. So fuck all that. Um, and I kind of got off topic a little bit, but that's just an idea. So like, when it comes to addictions, like it's you know, I was the same way for a long time when it came to, that's what kept me years, you know, trying to figure out how I was going to proceed with not being an alcoholic, you know, and coming out of that. And like when I look back on it now, I'm just like, damn, I didn't used to do shit but just get fucked up. I wasn't even experiencing life, and I thought that drinking was like the most fun thing for me. But you know what I'm saying? Like it would take my emotions to somewhere that just made me happy. You know, like, and I didn't have to deal with all the shit that I was avoiding. Oh, ain't it a catch 22? Like, oh, that's so funny. Like how I'm avoiding one thing, you know, I'm avoiding getting better because what I'm indulging in is helping me avoid the stuff that I need to deal with that will actually help me get better. Make it make sense. But yeah, like for a long time I was like, and this is, like I said, this is a recurrent topic, but again, that comes with the territory of addiction. It's like you're gonna have to go over things over and over until you can get it right, you know. But I remember when I didn't know what else I was gonna do because I used to drink to do everything, like family functions, drinking, birthday parties, drinking. Good days drinking, bad days drinking. I passed the test drinking. I failed my test drinking. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it was just something I did for everything. I didn't know how I was going to live my life without it. I didn't think that parties would be fun anymore or that I would enjoy socializing without alcohol, you know. I'm like, how I'm gonna hang out, you know, because who the fuck don't drink, you know, stuff like that. And I did have to change who I was around. I did have to change what I kept in my house. I did have to change where I went, you know, like for a time period though. And so this is definitely a self reminder that it's not going to be bad forever, or, like that unknown isn't going to remain in the unknown. But I did have to stop going out for a while. I don't know how much I really did. I think I didn't go out for like 6 months, maybe. And then the scope of, like, you know what I'm saying, the span of a lifetime, like 6 months ain't shit. I'm 36 years old. So 6 months ain't nothing out of 36 years, but 6 months is a lot in 1 year, or, you know what I'm saying, like in a quarter, like whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. 6 months is a lot when you haven't done it, and when you're like on the brink of having to commit to it, it seems like a lot. I mean, it's a half a fucking year. It is a lot. But I did have to make those changes, and like now I still go out, and I still enjoy myself. And like I'm still learning how to enjoy myself, and I'm learning what I enjoy versus like what I used to enjoy. And um I can be around people, I can be around alcohol, and it's not as hard. Like it get hard though. I gotta watch myself. Like I definitely know my limits, but I'm not in that space where I couldn't do it. So I think that I'm gonna leave it there. What else did I want to touch on? So in the time, like once you've acknowledged that you do have a problem, but you're not necessarily ready to quit at this time period, maybe give yourself a countdown. Give yourself at least a check-in point in a week, in a day, in a month. You know what I'm saying? In a couple months, couple weeks. Check in. Do I still, am I tired yet? And if that's not something you're going to do, at least make a list of all the things that you need to do that you think would make you successful as a sober person, or you know what I mean, as a person who no longer practices a certain habit. So for me, it was alcohol. I'm gonna give a different example because I don't know why this is coming up, because I've been so I'm just gonna give this example. So like, say you're like, you have an addiction with sex, right? You will want to get porn out of your crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had nudie magazines and shit like that laying around, you want to get rid of that. You may want to adjust the type of music you listen to. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're not listening to sexually inclined music. And even though that seems like it's like 90% of the music out there, it's still really good music. You may want to listen to stuff that isn't so explicit. You may want to listen to, limit the rating of films and media that you indulge in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to start to make some type of restrictions little by little to help get yourself together. You may not want to go out to the club, or go to certain things. Hell, you may not want to go to the beach if you're gonna be seeing people with, you know what I mean, like in they skimps. So that's like an example. You may want to put some blockers on your, like, sorry, I just heard something outside. But you may want to put like some blockers like on your laptop or whatever, so you can't access certain websites. Like, you're gonna have to take them extra steps until you're ready. And then that's not even talking about, you know, it's so much more for that. But I think that's enough. But yeah, like, you have to do things that'll set you up. If your thing is alcohol, obviously get all the alcohol out the house. You know what I'm saying? Definitely put yourself on a schedule, because one thing I will say for anybody with addictions, most definitely try to start to pay attention to the times where you feel like you need your substance or activity most. Like, what are your triggers, you know? Uh, and definitely triggers for my triggers used to be getting my feelings hurt, you know? Or being angry, like something pissing me off. And then only later, like, would I realize how much it amplified those things later down the line. But those were the two most times where where I felt like I needed to drink the most, or I needed something. And then, and I don't know about y'all, but like, since I don't have like a addiction to a particular thing, it carries over to activities and other, you know what I'm saying, like substances. Like, um, like my triggers for alcohol are completely different from my triggers for something else. So it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of you observing yourself. Um, and it ain't even got to be like some deep, extensive thing, but you know, take a mental note. Like, it would be the times where you just automatically go grab your treats, you know? It would be the times where you automatically go into, like, without a second thought. Because I know I would get pissed off and be like, snatch something so quick so I can pull up, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are the times you want to stop and be like, okay. And then, but yeah, like, if you're not ready, little by little you can prepare yourself to get ready. And like I said, like, this ain't no overnight ordeal. And it would do you best to acknowledge that and be okay with this taking some time, and knowing that this is not something that can be rushed. This is something that you're going to have a lot of patience for. And you're going to learn the patience over time. I'm still working on patience. I know patience is supposed to be a virtue, whatever that means. I still never understood that. I still don't understand. I still don't understand it. I don't know. Like, it is what it is. But, you know, patience is something that you are graced with every day. And you are blessed with every day. And it still take me, I'm a work in process. I'm a work in progress when it comes to the patience portion. But, you know, you're going to have to be patient with yourself. And, like, there's no better way to say that. You're going to have to take your time with yourself. And you're going to have to forgive yourself a lot. Like, a lot. Because you're going to be mad at yourself a lot. Or I don't even want to say mad, but frustrated. And that's just a part of it. Because sometimes you're just going to want to be able to do stuff that you can't, or, you know, guilt, etc. You know, it just comes with the territory. So it would be best if you started thinking the things like, think about what you want to do. What type of person do you want to be as a sober person, or without, as a person that doesn't have this addiction in their life? Like, what do you do for fun now? Like, now is the time to start redefining things, you know, like, because those are the things you're going to need to look at and remind yourself of as you are getting clean. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how many times you start over, as long as you do, you know. We start over every day anyway. So don't think about it as starting over. You know, just think about, I'm continuing. If you If you slip up, it's okay. If you slip up, it is okay. And I did for years. I did. And I would get frustrated or be upset because I would get to a couple months or a month. That 30-day one, that 30-day one used to do me in. Like, 30 days used to do me in. I'd be like, yeah, I got this, whatever. Boom, back to the drawing board, and it's okay. But that's how you learn. That's how you that's how your body really gets to talk to you and tell you when enough is enough. Because after so long of like your body being free from this habit, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna respond differently when you do indulge again. And like that's when you can really take note, like, okay, this shit not fun no more. That's when it's gonna start, like, those are the times when you like really get to realize, like, all right, maybe I am really over this. So that's why I'm saying, like, it's not a failure, like it's a lesson. So please, like, give yourself some grace and some patience, and like don't be upset and don't be so hard on yourself if you relapse. Like it's okay. And I still love you. Like you still love you too, and you need to tell yourself that. But if you ain't feeling that, know that I still love you, and that's okay. And then all you can do is try again. And that's it. But I love y'all. I'm proud of y'all. I definitely want to thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for taking a moment of your time to understand the space of mind. And to those of you all who are still fighting to get past your addictions, I'm so, so proud of you, because you are the strongest people in the world. You know that, right? And I definitely want to say, if you can, leave some words of encouragement for people in the comments. Like, if you can leave some words of encouragement in the comments, I would appreciate that. What would you say to someone to encourage them to keep working towards a healthier version of them? If it was your loved one or somebody you care about or knew, what is something you would say to them that you think would, keep them going, that would help them keep fighting to get past their habits? And as always, stay powerful, gang. And I love y'all, and I will catch y'all next time.